All right, let's talk about some things you need to be aware of. Okay, the Feds are meeting today and tomorrow. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 11 o'clock a.m. our time. Powell will be giving his breakdown on the economy and telling us whether or not there will be another reduction in rates. 80% of analysts say there will be a quarter-point reduction. I believe that is accurate. So with a quarter-point reduction tomorrow, rates will be improving. However, let me give you the update from our rate guy. This is what he says. He said, this is his text to me yesterday. He said, "Good morning, Lee. Christmas is right around the corner. I don't know what's on your wish list, but I've asked Santa for low rates and a promise of a fantastic 2026 so far. Rates have moved up slightly for conventional loans, but are mostly flat for government loans as the week's Fed meeting weighs on everyone's mind. Stay warm and make it a great day ahead." Rates are the following. FHA 30-year sitting at 6.265. VA sitting at 5.694. So with a quarter-point reduction, VA would be sitting at less than 5.5, the magic number, and we would then see VA refinances take off like a shot. Refinances in the last 60 days are up over 30%. So reducing rates is improving homeowners in tapping into that equity. USDA sitting at 6.2, first-time home buyers sitting at 6.1, and conventional 30-year fixed sitting at 6.131. So all of them except VA still over 6. So we do need the quarter-point reduction, and we're going to need a few more reductions coming into 2026 to get affordability in line. So I want to start with housing because this is the area that affects us all the most. Key takeaways. Home values are forecasted to rise 1.2% in 2026. 1.2%. Inflation is 3%. So you will be going backwards in home value just based on that. So would you say that 2026 is a good year for the strategy of buy and hold? Only if it cash flows. But if you're buying for appreciation, you're not going to see any in 2026. So unless you can buy a home with a lower payment than what you're renting for, it'd be wise to hold. You guys also need to be aware that for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, consumer spending went up. In fact, holiday consumer spending in November has exceeded expectations, rising 7% versus the forecasted 5% growth and up 9% on Black Friday itself. Cyber Monday sales appear to have risen 7% this year. The strong performance stems from an extra focus on days with deeper discounts and a boost from artificial intelligence. With new AI chatbots from Amazon, does anybody know what Amazon's chatbot is named? Rufus, good. Okay. Amy has Monica. Amazon has Rufus. I have Felipe, what's his name? Dominique Jalapeno. That is my chatbot. Does anybody know the chatbot name for Walmart? Sparky. Yeah, so Amazon has Rufus, Walmart has Sparky, and you're all looking at me like, why do I care? Because you should be talking to them because they can help you find better deals, as Amy explained to you. Consumers are frequently using the AI helpers to shop, creating a 9-fold increase from last year. 9-fold increase from last year. That is incredible. Now, why am I telling you this? Because guys, when you're on the phone with clients and they're telling you, I can't afford it, I don't have the funding, they're investing the money, they're spending the money. But are they spending it on things that are going to help them generate income, or are they just spending money on things that are not going to go up in value, appreciate, or provide any value beyond joy on Christmas morning? Is anybody disappointed with your children after Christmas? Like you've opened up all the presents and an hour later they're playing with the box? Does that bother anyone else? You haven't done that for several years? It drives me insane. We just spent all this money and the favorite toy is the box that the toy came in. So they'll be getting coal this year. Just kidding. Jacqueline would never allow that to happen. Yeah, we're going to put the coal in a big box. Okay, a couple other things. Zillow projects 4.26 million existing home sales next year. a 4.3% increase over 2025. Rent affordability is expected to improve in 2026, with multifamily rents forecasted to rise just 0.3%. The housing market should settle into a healthier state in 2026, with buyers seeing a bit more breathing room and sellers benefiting from price stability and more consistent demand. U.S. home values are forecasted to grow 1.2% in 2026. Fewer homeowners will be underwater as prices firm up. Mortgage rates will hold above 6%. That's what they're saying. I think they're wrong. Mortgage rates cannot hold above 6%. I believe they'll be below 6 by March. We are recording this, so we'll see if my predictions come true. AI will evolve from helpful assistant to transaction coordinator. That's what's going to be the big push in real estate investing. And then I wanted to share this with you so you're all aware of it. Multi-generational homes, a significant portion of today's market. Multi-generational homes. The latest data from NAR, that's the National Association of Real Estate, profile of home buyers and sellers shows that 14% of recent buyers chose a multi-generational home, down from 17% last year, but still a sizable share of market activity. As affordability challenges persist, multi-generational living continues to be a solution for many households and presents both opportunities and unique considerations for real estate agents as well as investors. Key motivations driving multi-generational purchases. Care for aging parents, the strongest driver. 41% of multi-generational buyers cited caring for or supporting aging parents as their primary reason, the highest number since tracking began in 2015. Another 23% cited wanting to spend more time with parents. So, guys, if you are going to buy, I would be buying properties where there's upside opportunity, such as vacant basements or unfinished basements that can be converted into separate dwelling units, a lot that is large enough to build a ADU, which is an accessory dwelling unit, a lot large enough to do that. Now in Spokane, a lot that is 7,500 square feet or larger, you can build an ADU on it. Here in Coeur d'Alene, 10,000 square feet or larger lots can have an ADU. You can also turn a garage into an ADU. You can also turn an attic space into an ADU. So if I'm you and I'm buying knowing that I'm not going to get any appreciation, I'm going to force appreciation. Now, forced appreciation is a real term in real estate investing where I'm going to do something to the house that will drive up or force the value. I'm going to force the appreciation. So I'm going to renovate the basement. I'm going to create a secondary access point so that I have stairs going into the basement. Now, code is important. If you're going to do this, make sure you check the code before you buy it with the anticipation of doing that. I was just talking to a guy at church on Sunday. He and his wife have converted one of the bedrooms in their home into a rental house for some random stranger that now lives in their home with them. They share the bathroom, they share the kitchen, and I thought, that is weird. I said, why don't you just convert the basement in and put in a secondary access point? He went, oh, I didn't think of that. Well, you don't have to because I'm telling you, all right? But to do that, you do have to check code because you're going to have a parking issue potentially because they'll be parking on the street, and you're going to have another access point that you will need code verification. So please make sure you check for those things. Don't assume that you can buy it and just start renting it out. You got to check code, okay? So care for aging parents is the #1 driver of this. Young adults staying or returning home. Economic headwinds are fueling boomerang trends. Boomerang trends. In 2025, 27% of buyers said adult children moving back in was their primary motivator, while 21% said their adult children never left.